and hike to our heart's content. The vast, ever-changing deserts that never failed to capture my imagination with their undulating sand dunes that changed color from cool beige to fiery red as the sun rose and set. When my family went to the desert at night, usually to get away from the suffocating summer heat, we would play hide and seek in the dark, struggling to get a footing in the soft sand, chasing rabbits and jerboa, a desert rodent, and each other without a care in the world. We ran races, and of course the winner got a prize. We'd sing songs, recite poems, and dance the traditional dance called arda, which is for men, but we danced it with our brothers for fun. And always we heard stories from our parents that were different from the ones we heard in school. Some were about the al-Rashid family, who ran this region before the Saud family killed them and took over. Others were about the history of our people and the ability of the nomadic Bedouins to subsist in the desert on minimal food and live with simplicity. But the stories we loved best were the ones our parents used to tell us about falling in love, about when they were young. Sharing old stories is like the glue that holds a family together. We never got tired of hearing about the past. I know now we were making precious memories. From childhood, however, I was aware of the many contradictions in my homeland. While the landscape is mostly shades of beige and white, with patches of green near a water oasis and mountains of outcropping rocks and trees, the softly muted colors of Saudi Arabia are sharply contrasted by the sight of bodies shrouded in black bags moving on the byways. Women and girls over the age of 12 are covered lest a man cast his eyes on their body shapes. In fact, in my family, I had to wear an abaya, a loose, shapeless black garment draped over my shoulders and covering my body, at the age of 9, and a niqab, which is like a mask on our faces that exposes only our eyes, at the tender age of 12. I was a young girl when I began to wonder if this was a form of punishment. If a man can't control himself, why must a woman hide herself behind robes as though it is her fault? And if women do have to be covered, why is it that men who are not in jeans and Western dress wear white robes that deflect the blazing heat, but the women must wear black that absorbs it? More than half of Saudi Arabia's population of 34 million is under the age of 25, which I felt was a good omen for change. But although the rulers of the kingdom, who claim they act in the name of God, have declared some changes in the strict Islamic rules Saudis live with and call for tolerance and moderation, they still crucify, behead, and torture anyone who doesn't agree with the government. The Muta'awin, also known as religious police, patrol the streets, even the universities, supposedly making sure the citizens enjoy good and forbid wrong, which means the shops are closed 5 times a day during prayers, dress codes for women are strictly enforced, and the separation of men and women is fanatically observed, as is the ban on alcohol. In fact, lots of people don't actually pray. Girls meet boyfriends in secret places, and many drink alcohol without being caught. Since 90% of the workforce is made up of foreigners, Saudis don't do blue-collar jobs. If you're sneaking out to meet your friends, the Indian or Afghan man working in the coffee shop isn't going to report you or even understand the language you are speaking. Most of the Saudis who do hold jobs work for the government, where the men nap in the afternoon and tend to gather at about 5 p.m. to socialize until well after midnight. My family are Sunni Muslims from the Al-Shamari tribe that used to rule the Ha'il region until the Saud tribe took over. Ha'il is the capital of this northwest region. It's the most conservative part of Saudi Arabia, and its people are famed for their generosity, which is why our home is so often open to others who come for coffee or a meal. My family is part of the elite. We live in Salah al-Din, the wealthy part of Ha'il, where there are no shops, only houses and a big 9-bedroom house with 2 kitchens, one on the first floor for cooking, the other on the second floor for snacks, 10 bathrooms, 6 sitting rooms, and 1 small garden. We have a cook, a driver, and a housekeeper, and there are 6 family cars. The one waiting for us in the driveway to take us to Kuwait is a black Mercedes. My family also has privileges.